My guest for the morning is Henry Kwabena Kokofu. He's a member of parliament for Bantama, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Mr. Kokofu. Okay. Yeah. More importantly, we had the President, John Dramani Mahama, addressing the UN General Assembly on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. By any chance, did you get to watch the live, or perhaps listen?
Yes, I listened through the assets. Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's challenged his fellow African leaders not to use the emergence of flashing shopping malls as a measure of development. Rather, he's calling on his fellow heads of state to invest in agriculture and energy. And we know that during the speech yesterday also, he talked extensively about the effort the government is making, that is the government of Ghana is making to improve the current energy crisis we have. But more importantly also, he says it is critical for countries in the sub-region or in Africa to be adding value to whatever their main traditional exports are. Is it a matter of what should be done or what he's doing back home? That's a reflection of his speech.
Yeah. Let me begin by saying good morning to your cherished viewers, and I'm happy to have been back once more. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is in town. He will be going back on track for the Arise and Build tour. Okay. Good morning to you, Nana, the family, and Dr. Baumia, wherever he is. And you're also following the incident at Saudi Arabia.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
I know Dr. Mahmoud Baumia visited the Ghana camp.
Yes, he did, and I think they've realized why people cannot be found. Yeah, we should all be praying hard for our people out there, those who have got injured, so all 5,000 of our people may come back home intact. Having said that, yes, the president represented us adequately at the UN. I mean, that's the usual thing to do. UN Assembly, isn't it? Yes, and as usual, speeches will be given and all that. This time round, I found my president's speech quite a little bit disturbing. I'm not too enthused about all that. I think we should have been reporting on what we've been able to do so far, and then what we intend to do in the near future, so we can solicit for some kind of support or anything of the sort. And then we would have been able to share our experiences along the line with fellow African countries, and then take you from their own. That is my thinking of this whole sort. For instance, if you take the portion of the speech or the statement that says that we should not be measuring our development along the lines of flashy whatever, malls and all those things. This is exactly what is happening back home. This is what we're doing. And so where lies the commitment of our president when he talks about that, advising fellow African countries not to go on the trend that we've just embarked on. That is the trend we are in now. Now, he also talks about gearing our efforts towards the Millennium Development Goals, number one of which is agricultural modernization and all that. I've said it on countless occasions that truly, Ghanaians, whatever we're going through, whether the running of the economy, whatever, in all spheres of our lives, the solution to our problems lies at the IEA, a presidential debate at Tamale.
Let us all 2012 one?
Yes, 2012. Let us all go back.
What about it?
And roll back. All the contestants, including our president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and all others, we're taking through what the vision is there for Ghana, what needs to be done so we can advance and accelerate developmental agenda in this country, if they were to be given power. President gave his views, Nana Akufo-Addo gave his views, Dr. Abu Sakara gave his own, and Hassan Ayariga was also around. I was disappointed not to have gotten two people on board. I would have loved to see Nana Kunedu Rawlings also there. I would have loved to see Parkway Sindium also there, but unfortunately they weren't. But those who were present, let us digest their views and all that. You go to what Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo said about the transformation of the economy, about departing from the so-called Gettysburg economy that will be key to us by our colonial masters. He talked about our natural resources that needs to be harnessed, processed, by so doing, creating jobs and industrialization. He talked about using the northern enclave, the upper north, the entire northern territory to accelerate development through industrialization by the use of Northern Development Authority, by the use of investing about $1 billion of our oil revenues in there, so we can modernize agriculture, help subsistence farming, and then create the raw material base for industrialization takeoff. That will bring employment to the youth. That will bring life back to the people that are up there. So there's no need of this north-south drifting. We would have even packed bag and baggage going up there to find jobs for ourselves. And he was going to take advantage of the Bui Dam to serve the energy needs of only the northern sector, so we can have a sustainable energy supply up there. By and large, you go there and you listen to Dr. Abu Sakara, his intuition and knowledge, vision in agricultural development, and you add up to that of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and clearly you find solutions to our problems that the president is talking over now. It's about 3 years now, isn't it? And the president is in New York or wherever, Washington, talking about it.
He's in New York.
He's in New York, talking about it, uninitiated. Where is the transformation of the economy? Where is the added value to our natural resources? We still remain an import-driven economy. We still remain a raw material export-based economy. And it is killing us.
Well, his government communicators will argue that the efforts have been in the last financial year or two to make sure that at least our over-dependence on imports is reduced, especially in the sectors of agriculture and the dependence on imported fast consumables, so to speak. That should be the case, is that not it?
Not at all. It is not. Ghanaians are the best judges to us.
You are in parliament.
Yes, I am.
They say they've invested consistently in agriculture, irrigation, rice farming, and other equipment that would help the farmers to be able to adequately till their lands.
Are the results showing?
I have to ask you.
It is not. If you should ask me, and if you should ask all Ghanaians, they know. There are no results. If you keep on doing something that is not yielding the desired results, what do? You change your hands. You have alternative ideas. You bring on board new, fresh ideas. That's why we are asking Ghanaians to try Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, a new patriotic party, because they have gotten to their wits' end. There's nothing new they can offer Ghana. Rightly so, if they are saying they've done so, and results are not showing, it means the resources being put in there are going to waste. Exactly so. And now here we are. We have this our currency running down and down every day. And it is being attributed to the import-driven kind of
nature
that we have. So you contradict yourself and says you've been able to bring down import of goods and services down here. So what is it? Then we should have had even a better currency ratio to the trading currencies that we have, particularly the dollar and the pound. But the reverse is the case. So it tells you that whatever dosage the government is administering is not working. And either you change your style or you leave the seat for alternative ideas, superior alternative ideas to tackle our problems. And I've shown you, we got a glimpse of that at Tamale, at the IEA. It's a clear thing. You should go back to the videos and then the records are there. Fortunately, the education minister was the moderator. So she had that chunk of.
She was not education minister at the time.
Yeah, she wasn't. Yes.
The investor.
Yes,
but at the end of the day, somebody will say this is pure sarcasm on the part of you, the political critics of the president, and also because you don't belong in the same staple. Logically, you would oppose whatever the president says is what is being done by his government.
Well, whoever thinks so is entitled to his or her own opinion. And of course, I'm a political animal. And if you like, yes, I'm in the opposition. I would love to see my party in government. But there have been occasions I have commended the president and the government on other things, which I think and personally believe they are in shape. What I'm saying is just a mere re-echoing of the sentiments of the people out there. You cannot tell me the AGI, Association of Ghana Industries, crying over this energy crisis, crying over high cost of the dollar and all those things, the devaluation, the massive devaluation of the city, crying over high interest rates, and access to credit has become a bottleneck to their development and all that. You cannot tell me they are all MPP, they are all in the opposition, and that they are being sarcastic about whatever the government and the president is doing. You cannot tell me that the doctors out there who are crying over their condition of service, which is legitimate, everybody knows it's legitimate. You cannot tell me so. You cannot tell me that I am speaking for the young chaps who are in the training colleges of education and of nursing and all those things, who are demanding allowances for their training. I'm not speaking for them. They are speaking for themselves. You cannot tell me that the clergy and the traditional rulers who have occasionally come out to complain about the hardship in the system, the economy being run down, that one too, you cannot blame it on me. You cannot, as well as it is, the poor farmer, the poor man at Amekrum or Emredane or Nsoko or Nkwankweja, who cannot access the National Health Insurance scheme when he cannot have affordable and accessibility to quality health care. You cannot blame it on me. It is all over. As we speak today, unprecedentedly, we have 12 union workers coming together, staging a demonstration or a strike against the government, fighting for their Tier 2 pension scheme. As we speak now, they are in court. All the government could do was to drag them to court, gag them, put their hands at their back, and ask to go and work.
But literally, that's also because they're in dispute. Any dispute that has the connotations in which we have would definitely take the courses that they have.
Oh yes, I have no problem the case in court. All that I'm saying is it shows how critical situations are. It shows how uneasy tensions are in the country. Just recently, we've been rocked with this corruption sort of thing by the alleged videotapes and all those things that have been shown and all that. They are all getting the country down and down the image. We have integrity crisis on our hands now. The president talks about all these things, and we were here when we were in Parliament when the president sent the finance minister to come to us that they are going to negotiate with the IMF for a bailout. Initially they said no, it wasn't a bailout. Then later they admitted there was a bailout. The reasons given was simple. The president said we are going to IMF to seek policy credibility. So if you lack policy credibility, it means that all is not so well with you. Fiscal discipline was out of gear. Corruption here, corruption there. So we needed a policeman IMF to come on us with a cane and direct us as to what to do. And in the event, we are all...
Mr. Kukufu, is that not belittling the matter as far as we're concerned on the subject of the policy credibility statement that was made by the president, which indeed was to give an indication as to the rationale for going to the IMF and at the end of the day what the outputs would be for the country in a whole?
No. We're talking about a government that inherited the economy in 2009. And the first finance minister then, Dr. Kwabena Duffuor, had the courage and the confidence to write to IMF, World Bank, indicating to them that yes, we have an economy that is resilient, is robust, economy that was growing at 8.6% then, without petroleum and the petroleum revenue coming in. And the previous government has undertaken exploration and development programs initiated by Jerry John Rawlings government through the GNPC, and have been able to, as it were, discover oil in commercial quantities. So in 2009, the finance minister, which invariably might have been, by law, have been sent by the president then to tell Ghanaians and the whole world that the economy is resilient, growing at 8.6% minus oil revenue. So going forward, 2010, at the last quarter of the year, oil revenue started coming in. So one would have expected a major boost into a major boost for the economy, and then things would have just moved on. Because foundations have been laid, we are looking for a takeoff. Then, surely to our expectations, between 2011 and 2012, we reached our peak. The economy grew by 14% on addition of the oil revenue and all those things. Then coming down 2013, 2014, things started declining. Up to this point, we've
not been able to recover.
Yes, we have 3.5%.
But don't worry, according to the IMF and the other watchers of the economy, we will recover. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're going to have Bright Demoje. He's a member of parliament for Botiano, English and Manfro. And we'll be discussing, one, the politics between the two parties, the MPP and NDC. For the MPP, they say they have presented additional or fresh evidence in their proposal to the Electoral Commission, and this time coming from 10 regions. And they have, as the statement says, over 2,000 pieces of various electoral problems they have with the register presented to the Electoral Commission, in addition to the several investigations that they had already been able to undertake as far as this very concerns they have with the electoral register. And we'll be talking about also the NDC. Apparently, the General Secretary of the party is appealing to those individuals who may not be approved by the vetting committee of the party to contest the MP position or candidacy for the various constituencies. And if they have problems, they should just stay in the party and make sure they seek a lot more.